this. We have to stop. If he's not old enough to buy a drink, to go and buy a beer, he should not be able to buy a gun at 18 years old. I mean, that's just a common sense. We have to do common sense. Please, Mr. Trump, these are things we have to do. In Israel, you have to be 27 years old to have a gun. You're only allowed one. They tax the guns. You have to go through significant training. We got to do something about this.
We've spoken to only a few legislators, and try as they might, the most we've gotten out of them is, we'll keep you in our thoughts. You are so strong. You are so powerful. We've heard enough of that. We've heard enough of, we are so strong, we are so powerful, because that is not why we are here today. We are not here to be patted on the back. We are not here to be told that we're great, that we're doing so much, because we know what we're doing, and we're doing it for a reason. We're doing it so that our legislators, so that our lawmakers will make a change, so that they will take us seriously, so that they will not dismiss us any longer, so they won't reschedule, so they won't push us into another room as they dance around our questions. Because we came here prepared, and we're going to come to every single meeting with every single legislator prepared. We know what we want. We want gun reform. We want common sense gun laws. We want stronger mental health checks and background checks to work in conjunction. We want a better age limit. We want privatized selling to be completely reformed, so you can't just walk into a building with $130 and walk out with an AR-15.
Fix it. Should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed, because my daughter I'm not going to see again.
The idea that, an armed sheriff's deputy who was the SRO in the Stoneman Douglas High School couldn't stand there and take incoming fire from an AR-15, but, the lunch lady, Mrs. McGillicuddy, could do it. It's insane.
The issue and some of the problems with that is, even if we commit someone under the Baker Act for a mental evaluation, they can, get their evaluation and probably be released in less than 72 hours and still go and able to buy a firearm. So that loophole needs to be closed.
Chuck, there's a lot of hunting rifles that are as powerful as an AR-15. The difference between the AR-15 and an awful lot of commonly sold rifles is just cosmetic. It's got a grip under the barrel and it's painted black. That doesn't change its lethality.
But I do believe that an AK-47, a machine gun, is not a sporting weapon or needed for defense of others.
Thing we know is that Russian rubles were spent on ads. Coming out of this latest indictment, that the Russians spent a lot of money on paid ads. That's much simpler to regulate, Chuck. You know why? TV, your station right now, has rules in place. So does radio and print. Do the same thing. They got to have disclaimers on issue ads and on candidate ads, and they have to disclose them so the press and the other candidates can look at these ads and figure out where they're coming from, what they mean.
Me helping you sell that book, I'm going to Claire McCaskill first. Claire McCaskill, answer the question that I've been getting for the last week. What can Democrats do about this confirmation fight, and what should they do?
Well, I think the most important fact is this is an abuse of power over a thick layer of hypocrisy. Not a good look 6 weeks before the election. They need to treat the nominee with respect, but point out that the nomination is abusive. And then they need to really just focus on health care, civil rights, voting rights, women's rights. This is an extreme candidate that never would have been nominated before 2017. Because it would have been obvious she couldn't get 70 votes. 60 votes. So I just think they got to focus on the policy and treat her with respect and make sure the hearings don't turn into a partisan circus.
Getting a